Thank you, everybody, and my warmest vanakkam. And thank you so much, Rajamanikam sir, for organizing this. Um, yeah, moving on, the thing is that information is necessary, information, without information, you can't really do anything. We do need
Oh,
information. And information is so necessary. Let's say from a tiny thing, like let's say I want to go to somewhere. I want to go from, let's say, from Madurai to Chennai. So I need to know which buses go to Chennai, how much time they take, is there a train service from Madurai to Chennai? I need to know all these things. Without this, I cannot really go around. So it's important to know what is happening around us. And from all the times, this is the time right now in the world where we have so much information around us. We can get the information right in our phone. Earlier, it was not possible. We used to have timetables. We used to have so many other things. But right now, every information is available to us. And because of too much information, it also creates problems. That is the thing. So without information, we can't really understand what's happening around us. We cannot really even take decisions. It's so important that good information leads to good decisions. It helps us to understand not only, understand what is around us, but also understand the challenges that are there. It helps us to adapt, be flexible, and evolve according to the environment. For example, let's say there's a cyclone coming in Pondicherry or in the coast there. We would like to know when is it coming, what is the speed, exactly where it will hit. All these things we know. That's why the weather department usually shares information like these with everybody before the cyclone and these kind of things happen. So like this, it's important to know all the information that are around us, and there are very lot of ways to know. And apart from all these, the most important thing is if we have good information, it helps us to vote properly. It helps us to vote in an informed way. And that is why good information is the foundation of a democracy. Otherwise, it's very difficult to function in a democracy if we do not have right information around us. So these are some things about information. Along with that, yeah. Yeah, so basically these are the informations that we have, that we know. So I want to ask you that where do you get your information from? Where are you getting your information from? Any information. So you can unmute yourself and you can tell me. You can also use your chat. Where do you get informations from?
Newspapers.
Madam, we can get information from many ways. It is only from WhatsApp and Facebook. So, through social media, we can get so many information, but we don't know whether it is right or original or fake.
Okay, so newspaper, you said social media. Anjali
Yes,
says newspaper. Arulanlan is saying WhatsApp. Yeah. Any other thing you want to mention? Any other place? Google, very nice. We also get information from people around us, our friends, our family, anybody that we know. They also share a lot of information with us, so we should not minimize people. But you see, the interesting thing is when I ask the question, the first thing that comes to mind is social media. We get information from social media, not the people, not the actual people, but the social media. So this is very interesting. So anyway, yes, all these are the things from where we get information. Apart from that, if you want to see also family conversations are a place where we can get information. We can also get information from, when you say internet, you basically mean websites. When you say Google, you basically mean a lot of websites that are available through Google. So yeah, these are all the things from where we get our information. Social media is one part of it. There are so many other outlets as well. All right, the challenge is that because of all these, there is an overwhelming flood of misinformation. There is too much information, and this too much information has created misinformation. So that is exactly what we'll begin to understand. Okay, Anjali has also added teachers to the list. I like that. Yeah, we do get a lot of information from teachers also. That's very true. Okay, here are some facts which are very interesting, and I'd like to read them along with you because these are very interesting, very different, and when I learned them first, even I was like really overwhelmed. So let's have a look at them. The first one says, with an estimated 650 million people online in 2020, India has second largest number of internet users in the world. Imagine that. India has the second largest number of internet users in the world. The first is the US, I guess. 50% of India, has access to internet. That is 1.33 billion population, about 50% has access to internet. India is also the largest user base of platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, etc. So we know that we use WhatsApp and Facebook a lot. We know that. Also, people used to think that people are using internet in the rural areas, but that's not really true. People are using internet equally. No, sorry, I said the wrong thing. I was saying that people think that we use internet in the cities, but that's not the fact. People in the rural areas and the non-metro cities also are using internet a lot. So much so that in fact, 2 out of every 3 Google searches, they come from non-metro cities. So let's say if there are 3 searches in Google, 2 of them are outside Chennai and not from Chennai. Chennai is supposed to be a metro, but a lot of people from around are also searching information in their own languages. That is why when you travel, you would see that the language option changes. So if I come to Tamil Nadu, my phone will tell me that search in Tamil. If I go to Andhra Pradesh, my phone will tell me search in Andhra. If I'm in a Hindi speaking region, phone tells you search in Hindi. So, there are so many languages also people have begun to use, and people are beginning to search in local languages too. So this also shows access to the internet has greatly improved. There are 70,000, more than 70,000 searches happening on Google every second. Imagine that every second, more than 70,000 things are being searched on Google. Similarly, 50 crore blogs are written every day, and 500 hours of videos are uploaded every minute on YouTube. So this very minute when we are talking, 500 hours of videos are being uploaded by different people all across the world on YouTube. 35 crore photos are uploaded on Facebook every day. That's a huge number. Similarly, 50 crore people use Instagram stories every day. Now, stories is a feature, young people here would know, that disappear after 24 hours. And still people use stories. And 50 crore people use Instagram stories every day in the world. 6,000 tweets are posted every second on Twitter. All these facts will tell you that what is the power of social media. So much so is being shared online. People are sharing so much about their lives, about this and that and everything. So it's very important to understand the social media scenario today. Okay, so moving ahead. So the question that comes to us is that why is social media prone to misinformation? Why is there so much misinformation on social media? The reason is that everyone is a publisher. See, before there used to be a printing press. Not everybody could afford to have that. Even paper used to be very expensive, and only newspapers and books were printed. But right now, if you see, there is so much material around, and thanks to social media and thanks to these easy ways of publishing, anybody can publish. I want to say something. Let's say I say 4 lines and I can just click on WhatsApp and I can share that with 300 people very easily. So that's the thing. Everybody can publish. You, me, I, everybody here around us can publish. We can share photos, posters, pictures, videos, anything we can make and we can share it with many people, with organizations, with anybody that we want in the world. We can also publish it and strangers can come and see it, right? Like if you put something on Facebook or you put something on YouTube, anyone can see that. So basically we all are able to publish material. So the thing is that in social media, everybody is a publisher, and that is why it's prone to misinformation. And that is why there is so much misinformation on social media. And on social media, sometimes some things look like news, but they're not really news. What do you think about this picture? Anyone? Okay, you think it's fake? What makes you think it's fake? Why is it fake?
There is no social media during Abraham Lincoln's period.
Very good. Very, very nice. There was no internet also in that time. But when you're simply scrolling by, you might see something like this and you might think, oh, it looks fine. It looks accurate and looks like something Abraham Lincoln is saying. If you don't read it and if you just scroll by, you might think that. We don't really pay so much attention. We don't really read all the time. No, so that is a problem. Similarly, this is easy. But similarly, lots of quotes like these are attributed to many people, like Mahatma Gandhi is one example. So many people say so many things in Mahatma Gandhi's name, which are not really true. Similarly, other figures are used like these with different quotes which are not theirs. Sometimes they have newspaper cuttings and it looks like this was printed in newspaper sometime, but it's not really from a newspaper, it's a made up picture. So you would see lots of material like these on internet, which look like news, which looks like authentic, but they are not authentic. Like a lot of people here have pointed out in the chat as well as here spoken about it. So great job. Yeah, also Buddha. Okay, so there is a difference between traditional media and social media. And if we understand this, this clarifies our previous point that why social media is prone to misinformation. The thing is that traditional media goes through various channels of journalism. There are these journalism ethics that people are supposed to follow. But no such things exist like that in social media. So in traditional media, the reporter first will gather information from the ground, then slowly the information would go to the editor will filter it, they will cross-check it, they will maybe call these main source and get and check with them. So like this, it comes to the audience, it comes to the consumer, the audience, the readers after a long process. But in social media, there is no process like that. There are no journalists, there are no editors mainly. So basically there are no gatekeepers. Nobody is checking what you're posting. So if I believe in something, I can just post it and nobody is going to check it, that if it is right or wrong. And that is why social media is filled with a lot of misinformation. What happens if we are consuming too much bad information? The first thing is it can cost lives. Many mobs are really killing people in India based on false rumors spread through WhatsApp. You also know this. Many things like that have happened all over our country. There's an example here. In Iran, a wild rumor spread that if you drink alcohol, it's good. You can, it will give you immunity against COVID. This kind of rumor spread in Iran, and because of that, many people actually died because they consumed, toxic alcohol. And about 70 people died in this case. And similar things, many similar things we have heard about in this period in COVID-19, about COVID-19. We have debunked a lot of these things from our AIPS and YouTube channel, talking about, like, a lot of people said that you can probably drink ginger and garlic juice. It was one of the famous remedies that people suggested, but that didn't really work. Similarly, there were so many other remedies. In fact, there was one that you drink, what is that called? Gaumutra. The cow urine, drink cow urine and you'll be fine. Drink this and drink that. There were so many cures of corona. Almost everybody had a cure of corona in the last year. So, but we know that all of that was not really true information. They were unscientific claims. And I'm sure that TNSF has also looked into such similar kind of misinformation during these times. And right now, vaccine is coming, and there are also things about vaccine that we must know. We should inform ourselves properly about what is happening in this vaccine field too. So like this, there is so much misinformation around us. To give you another example, of course, rumors spread online, they create panic, they lead to misleading false information and so on. So I'll show you one small video of child kidnappings. Now this happened in, okay, I'll tell you. First I'll show you and then I'll tell you. So it will take me a little moment, just give me a moment. And I wanted to show this small video. After seeing this video, you have to tell me, what do you think about this particular, so now you can see my video. All right, great. So I'm going to play it now. In this video, you will see there are some kids who are playing cricket and one bike is coming. Some kids are playing cricket and the bike comes back again. They stop, they take a kid and
not able to view the video, madam.
Okay, sorry. So sometimes it may happen that you might not see it because of either internet connection or due to something being slow on the phone especially, but the video is being played and many people have confirmed that they can see. So I'm also describing the video, that's why. I'll also describe what is happening in the video. All right. So you saw that some kids were playing in the just in the street, and a bike comes, and one time it just goes, and the second time it comes, yeah, it takes one of the kids on the bike and it just goes away. So this video was circulated in different states in India in different months. So it began, this much video was seen, and it was shared in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, parts of Orissa, and one time in West Bengal. So this was shown to a lot of people. It spread it through WhatsApp. And because of this, the rumor spread that there is a gang who kidnaps kids and roams around in different neighborhoods. This kind of rumor spread and people panicked, especially when something comes to kids, people panic, as you know. So people panicked, and due to that, any person they found was little suspicious. Mob actually killed them. And like this, several cases, many people died because of that, because of this particular video. This particular video was spread in different states in India. And you saw from the beginning, and you saw that it was actually, you saw the banner, some of you who could see, you could read the banner, but that was cut. And if you continue watching the same video, I'm playing it again. If you continue watching it, you would see that the bike actually comes back again. You can see that the bike comes back again, and they stop, they drop the kid, and they show a banner. So it says it takes only a moment to kidnap a child from the streets of Karachi. This is what it says. So basically, what you see here is, you see that it was a video actually made by an organization to spread awareness about keeping care of your child. It was actually to save people from kidnapping. It was not to kidnap anybody. It was, causing awareness. It was an awareness video by one of the NGOs in Karachi. But this video from Karachi, from Pakistan, was actually shared in India and caused problems. Actually, it led people to believe that, their children could be kidnapped. So this is a simple example, one of the examples that, really created problems. And you see that it's so easy to cut videos, it's so easy to cut, paste videos, change things from here to there. And that can create confusion, that can create problems, that could really create a lot of terrible things. You might have seen similar cases happening in around your place also. In Tamil Nadu too, you might have seen something similar. But basically the idea is, it's very easy to manipulate content on social media. And because of this doctored video, the mob lynched many people in India. So you might think that we feel that I'm educated and I'm talented and I work with the science movement, so I'm not, I can't fall for this kind of thing. But that's not really true. All of us can fall for misinformation. All of us, including very intelligent people, very well-known people, can also fall for misinformation or manipulation or any kind of phishing or anything. A very recent example is example of, you might have seen this on social media very recently. You might have seen the case of Nidhi Razdan. Nidhi Razdan is a very well-known journalist with NDTV. She was with NDTV, and last year there was a news that she is discontinuing her job in NDTV because she has got an offer of teaching from Harvard University. You must have come across this news last year. And very recently, 2 days ago, we came to know, she herself talked about it on social media, that actually that job offer was fake. Imagine, Nidhi Razdan is such a big journalist and she fell for a phishing scam. She said that she was a victim of a complicated phishing scam. So if Nidhi can fall for it, if Nidhi can fall for any online manipulative content or manipulative attack, all of us can. You have also seen many internet banking scams or card scams, in which our money is linked to which. If, of course, data scams are like a big deal, but apart from that, people also fall for like transfer money, type this code, do this, do that. There are so many things that we have to be very aware about right now. In our around the world right now. So even if we think I know everything, there is still a chance that you might fall for misinformation or phishing or any kind of internet fraud. So we got to be careful about it, and we must not think that I'm fine, I can handle everything. We are all vulnerable here in this world. All right, so maybe these sessions and being critically aware about what's happening around us will help us to overcome these challenges. Let's look at what are the types of misinformation or disinformation. And meanwhile, in the chat and the things that I'm talking about, so you can also click on those links and you can find the same reports that I'm talking about. All right, so let's understand misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation is basically when a person believes in something, but something is false and they keep on sharing that. For example, a lot of people actually believe that drinking ginger juice will help them to fight with corona and increase their immunity. A lot of people actually believed in that. They were doing the same thing and they asked you also to do the same thing. That is misinformation, because there is no intended harm, because they themselves believe in that, and that is why they tell you. So this is misinformation. But disinformation is a little different. Disinformation is when the person who's spreading it knows that it is false. So if I know that drinking ginger juice will not do anything, but I tell you that you should do it, you should take it, you should drink it, it is good, that is disinformation, because I know I am disseminating or I'm spreading false information. This is the difference, and that is why disinformation is more dangerous. Okay, so connected to them is fake news. And what is fake news? Fake news is a term that has been going around from some time, some years now, especially when WhatsApp and Facebook grew a lot in our country. Before this, we have not heard so much about fake news. It happened only with the advent of social media in our country, as well as internet boom in our country, right? So let's see what exactly comes under fake news. So of course we have misinformation, we have disinformation, we have unscientific claims also. They also are part of fake news. And somebody has mentioned ringing the bells drive out corona. Yeah, those kind of things are also unscientific claims, let's call them. Hawks and rumors can also be part of this, like the child kidnapping thing was a rumor. False context. Somebody can use a false context, say something in some other context, or use imposter content. That is like, let's say if so many things come on WhatsApp from WHO. WHO said this, that, but WHO does not say everything on WhatsApp. Similarly, on every Diwali, there is this picture of NASA captured India lighting with lamps. You know, that's not from NASA. So these are like manipulated contents, or somebody takes name of some place or some authority and says something in their name. Sometimes satire or parody can also come across as fake news if people don't know if that is a satire. And propaganda, of course, falls under fake news. So what is the danger of all this misinformation and disinformation? The problem is that it breaks down our trust. Even the good sources, we stop believing in that. It creates confusion, fear, uncertainty. It also gives rise to stereotyping of people. People say different things about people, you know, like these people are of that kind, those people are of that kind. All these are basically stereotypes, and fake news or misinformation can spread those more. And the most important thing is that voters can be misled. It can create a problem for democracy in general. So this is the main danger, apart from one important thing, that if we start seeing so much fake news around us, it will make us not even trust the true things. Even if I hear truth, it's going to be difficult for me to accept it if I'm surrounded with fake news. That is the worst thing with fake news. That is the real problem, the real trouble with fake news, that we stop believing in truth. That is why, you know, this age, we call it post-truth world. We are living in the post-truth world. That's because of all these attributes, all these things about fake news. All right, so I think we have come here somewhere. We have come to understand fake news and all the information that is around us a little bit more before we go into fact checking. Let's understand, what do we do? Where do we start? What exactly do we do? So first thing is, we have to understand what is around us, our neighborhood, our information neighborhood, be it on social media, be it outside social media, because, you know, TV, social media, everything is so connected right now. Earlier, TV was different, phone was different, but now phone and TV are all together. So we have to understand information around us first, which will help us to understand things further. So a question for all of you, a question for all of you. Uh, all the information that you see online, is it alike, is it same, or is it different? No? Okay, why not? What kind of things do you see? Okay, think about how you see information on online, like let's say WhatsApp. How do you see information on WhatsApp? In different ways. You might see something in a text, you might see something in a photograph, you might see something in a video. So all the information is different. The content is different. It's also in a different way. Right? It might be a link. It might not be a link. It might be a poem. It might be anything. So basically, yeah, there might be huge text also. There might be little text also. There might be voice note. So all the information is very different. It's also circulated in a different way. But sometimes it's given equal importance. That is the interesting thing about internet, that everything gets equal importance. For example, if you see any news, news get as much as importance as entertainment, right? Like you might have seen something like 5 things you must know about Salman Khan, for example, or 5 things you don't know about Surya even now. So if you see something like this, it's given equal importance as much as any other news would get. But news is different. That is what we must understand. Another question here is everything true? Is everything that you see online, is it true? No, it's not true. Great. And this begins your verification journey, because you know that everything is not true. And if we are aware of that, we will think critically. It's obvious that it's not true, but still we feel that, okay, we give importance to things. That is why we have to be careful about it. Now begin to think critically, because in this workshop, our job is to basically think critically and understand information around us. All right, great job, everybody. Thanks for replying in the comments. Okay, so each information that we get online has different purpose or goal, and it's created by different people. It's not just by one people or two authorities. It's coming from everywhere. It also goes through a different process to reach us. It might come in form of video. It might come in something else. It might be just a long text, right? It goes through a different process. And it's also intended for a different outcome. For example, all of you have seen ads, you have seen publicity, you have seen propaganda, you have seen entertainment news, you have seen clickbaits. We'll also talk about that in a little while. All these things are intended for something else. For example, all advertisements are there to make you buy something. When you see an advertisement, they are screaming that buy me, buy this product. That's what they're doing. And these days, advertisement has gained a really high advanced level. Advertisements are projected in such a way that we are always surrounded by them. For example, if you open Google anywhere, Google will show you curated news. Some of those are actually advertisements. When you go to Google, I think every day you are using that, you click on that and it shows you a lot of news below Google in the app. Many of them are advertisements. Many of them are like about cars. They are about bikes. Let's say you want to buy a phone. Internet everywhere will show you a phone. You must have seen this, that you're trying to buy a phone. So you look on Amazon or somewhere, you look for a phone at one time or 2 times you have looked. The third time, automatically in your mails, in your social media, anywhere you go, if you go to Facebook, even there in the side, they will show you some phone ad. This happens to everybody. So basically advertisement has reached a really advanced level, and we have to be really careful and understand that advertisement is not news. It's very different, and they want us to buy something. Remember that. It's scary. It's almost to a scary level. Then there is propaganda, which wants you to believe in a certain idea. And then there is news. News is something that tells us what's happening around us. That alone is the purpose of news. Is all information verified and checked for authority? Here is a tweet by Kiran Bedi. I'll make it big so that you can see it. Is it true?
No, ma'am, it is false.
Why is it false? Why is it fall? Think about it.
These are
Okay.
all international structures. No
Okay.
country will host foreign countries' flag in their heritage structures. That makes me this is a false information.
Good point. You are thinking very scientifically and that's very nice. But Kiran Bedi is posting that. Isn't that supposed to be true because she's like a governor, right? Big person. So why would she post something untrue? Okay, the point is that all information is not verified, even if it comes from a source which is verified. Like Kiran Bedi is supposed to be a verified source. She has a blue tick, and so she's a well-known person. Why would she post something that is fake? That's a question, very good question. But the point is, everything on social media is not verified. We have to think scientifically like you did, like you said, all of you said that, yeah, why would they do that? That's a good question to begin with. Think more scientifically, think about these monuments. One of these is true. Can you point out which one is true? One of them is actually true. The correct one here is Burj Khalifa, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. And we know that it also has a lighting arrangement. And whenever there is any occasion, or if you pay money, you can get something projected on that. Like recently when it was Shah Rukh Khan's birthday or something, then also they show Shah Rukh Khan. When any countries, any program is there, they show that. Like on 14th August, they showed Pakistan's flag. And on 15th August, they show India's flag, like that. So basically, this is the only tower which has this kind of system. You can also pay money there and show whatever you want to show. So that is the only tower. If you think scientifically, none of the others have a lighting arrangement like that, except for the Eiffel Tower. That also has a lighting arrangement. But if you think of Leaning Tower of Pizza, or if you think of these monuments like Statue of Liberty, they don't really have any lighting system. How would they do that? They don't do that for even their own country. You have never seen Leaning Tower of Pisa like this in any other flags. So why would we see that with Indian flag? There is no lighting, it's just colored like that. How can you color some building overnight in three different colors? And why would you do that? Why would you choose Indian flag for that? So if you think scientifically, you would get answers for these. You would get, you will reach somewhere. Not even you don't have to do any fact check. You can just think critically and you can say that, no, this is not correct. So point number one is that we got to think critically about these things. So all videos, all posts, all things on social media are not verified. And we have to be careful about sharing them, understanding them, knowing about them. So this is about it. How is news different from other information? It's very important to understand. So first thing is that news is about current events. It's about information that everybody needs to know, everybody has to know. For example, let's say when you are in college and you want to do, go for higher education or something, you need to know what are the streams available to you, what are the options available to you. You need these things, right? Similarly, if there is a cyclone coming or something, you need to have information about it. The most important thing is that news is always fact checked and it is verified by somebody. It's not something that simply goes from one person to another. It's something that is always fact checked. A good news story has these four elements. One, it's true and verified. It's fair and balanced. And also it has multiple and named sources. It names the sources. Usually in news, you would say that sources say this, this, this. And they usually also say what exactly are the sources, or you can at least call the people and check what are the sources in case they are not naming them. And it's also transparent. It doesn't take sides with anybody. So these are the attributes of a good story. And that if all these things are met, if all these conditions are met, that becomes a good news story. Let's see what is the difference between news and opinion. It's important to understand that news and opinion are different, but on social media they look alike. So what exactly is the difference? The difference is, we will see in a while. Look at these three things that you see on your screen right now. I'll also read them for you. Tell me which one of them is news and opinion and analysis. There are three options: news, opinion, analysis. Look at these and tell us which one is which. So the first one is US President Donald Trump nominated for 2021 Nobel Peace Prize. What do you think about this? Is it a news? Is it, okay. What about the second one? How did India manage to lose its neighborhood? Answers lie at home. Somebody is talking about the neighborhoods. India used to have very strong ties in the neighborhoods and now they're loosening up. So what do you think? Okay, opinion, all right. And what about the third one? Bihar elections, Paswan versus Manji via Nitish Kumar, a headache for BJP and NDA. This is from India Today. That looks like news, okay. Others, what do you think? Okay, analysis, projection, nice, good. So it's very difficult to differentiate these things, even when I look at that, it's not very sure. And from the headlines alone, it's difficult to understand. Point is that we need to carefully go through them. So if I click on this, actually, if you click on this and you go to the site, you will see that this is an opinion piece. This comes under the opinion column. The second one, how did India manage to lose its neighborhood, actually comes under opinion column of Indian Express. And that is how I know it's an opinion. There is nothing that is exactly defining it in the words in the headline that it's analysis or opinion. I have to actually read through it. So every story, most stories, let's say, they have a headline. Under that, they have where they are filed. Is it entertainment? Is it news? Is it, research? Or is it something else? And then you have the name of the person who's doing it. They say expert or they say journalist, they say reporter. So these words are different. We must understand what are they. So if you click on this and if you go and read it, you will find that this is actually an opinion, the second one. And the third one is an analysis. So it's not so easy. It's complicated. We have to carefully look at information around us and then only we can understand what exactly is happening. Okay. So that was about it. Basically, news informs us and opinion persuades us or explains it further and it makes our mind about it. That's how opinion works. News is on multiple viewpoints if it is fair and balanced, but opinion is usually on a singular viewpoint because it's expert oriented. News believes in fact checks, and opinion is a combination of arguments. It's a combination of good arguments, strong arguments, which the expert is making to validate their point. News is impersonal, objective, but opinion is of course subjective because it's from the concerned person's viewpoint and it's personal too. Why should you care about these things? Why should we know what is news, what is opinion? Because see, news tells us the information that is around us, but opinions tell us more about that information and they help us to make up our mind. Like I was just telling you that there is news that a new engineering college is coming up in, let's say outside Chennai, and you have a child who wants to go to higher education. And then there are opinions about that college. Some expert is writing some more about it and explaining is engineering good or is something else good? What exactly, a child of so-and-so interest could do. So that is giving us more information about our understanding of the news as well. So basically, yeah, it's author's opinion. And yeah, a lot of news say below that it is author's opinion. And they also say that we do not support the author's opinion always and things like that. Yeah. So, but opinions also help us. They help us to understand something better. Okay. So yeah, that's that. Is it important? Is it important to have opinions of journalists or opinion of people around us? Is it important to have opinion journalism as such? The answer would be yes, because it can give us new information, new insights into something. It could challenge our assumptions. It can help us to make decisions, actually. It might also provide, a public forum of ideas for people. For example, during the Corona times, we ourselves went ahead and spoke with different experts and took their opinion in terms of coronavirus, and we helped other people to see that too. Why are we doing this? We are doing this because expert opinions always matter. And it's good to have them. They help us understand information. Recently, there is a new video that has come up on the AIPSN YouTube channel. If you are there, you can go and see that. That is from Sundaraman sir, who's talking about the vaccine. And it's important today, right now, to understand what's happening with the vaccine, all the information connected to vaccine. So like this, opinion is also important. We need opinions as well. We do need news. We also need opinions to understand that news. But the thing is that be careful about it. Be open-minded, be well-informed, and be active consumer of news. Don't be passive. Don't believe everything that is coming to you. Be active. Be critical, I would say. So yeah, that is about opinion and opinion journalism. There are some points. Where do you find news, opinions, and analysis in TV, print, and digital? Where do you find these things? Anybody? All right. So usually if you're following a good news site, you would see it filed under different categories, and that will help you to understand which one is opinion, which one is news, which one is analysis. It'll basically help you like that. So go ahead with that, and that should be good. There are different kinds of misleading content. There is propaganda, which political parties do against each other all the time. There is clickbait. You see this under any article that you read on internet. Under that, you see something like this. You would either see it by money, or you would see something like, Bangalore housewife earns 25,000 per day by doing this simple job in 2 hours, something like that. Or you would see something else be about share market something, or invest in something, or take credit card. All these are clickbaits. Do not click on them. They either play with your data, or they could be harmful to your phone, or they could take you somewhere where they would convince you to buy some stock or something. So make sure that you're aware about clickbait. It's named clickbait because when it's asking you to click, it's wanting you to click, it makes you click on something, that hence clickbait. Sponsored content is also there. Sometimes we don't carefully look at the news, so-called news. If you look at carefully at this headline, it looks like news content. So it says, ask an expert, how can mindfulness improve your work-life balance? But under it, it says Aetna, A-E-T-N-A, Aetna brand publisher. It's not from a person, it's from a brand publisher. So when you go to that, it will also obviously talk about the brand. It will not talk about your mindfulness or your work-life balance, or it would say something that helps the brand. So be aware of where is this the content coming from. We also have satire or hoax. If you are not careful, you would read the first one as TOI, like Times of India. But this is not Times of India. This is LOI, or Limes of India, which creates fake and satire things. Times How is made on base of Times Now, right? So be careful about what are you saying, because everything goes very fast in front of us in social media, and it's difficult sometimes to adjust to it, to understand it. Errors can also happen. There was this error that happened from Rajdev Sardesai, very good journalist again, but journalists are always in this hurry of breaking news. So he posted on social media saying that former President Pranab Mukherjee passed away, but actually he had not passed away at that time. And later he corrected himself, saying, sorry, my deep apologies for falling for fake news. So people like him can also fall for fake news, and errors might happen. Sometimes people say sorry, but sometimes we have seen that even after proving that something is fake, news channels do not really take responsibility of that. They don't really take that out of their system. So that also happens. Okay. There are more things like partisan things, people believing from certain idea, they would like you to believe in some particular thing. Like this man who's actually from Pakistan, this image was shared everywhere, and they claimed that this man is from Kolkata and Bihar, depending on when it was shared, and saying that he is discrediting the Indian flag, but he's not even from India. So like this, things can be spread. There could also be conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theories are many, especially during Corona times. You might have seen that initially people were saying that China has started a bio war on all the world. That is why they are spreading the virus. So that kind of thing also might be there. You might also have pseudoscience. in form of unscientific claims. We have seen so much of this during COVID. Then you might have misinformation. Something from somewhere else is showed as something from somewhere else. This was claimed to be in Manipur, but it was actually a picture of Russia. Similarly, bogus claims are also there. Some people claim something, especially anything that goes around on WhatsApp saying that share with as many people as you can is almost never true. Is almost never true. So yeah, that also happens. So make sure you are not sharing bogus claims of any kind. All right, so exercise. Who do you trust? What do you do? What do we do? Anybody at this time? It seems so interesting and so scary at the same time. So what do we do? All right, so answers lie here. Yeah. Yes, sir. You were saying something. Trust no one, check. I like that. Okay, so who do we trust? We trust based on a few things. The first thing is consider the source. Always look for the source. Verify the source to double check. And access supporting evidences. Try to get more evidence and check the dates. Dates can also help us a lot. And if you get nothing, ask experts. This is something that we can do using only critical thinking. You don't have to go do fact check, a proper using tools kind of thing. Fact check is not required. You can just do these things. Source analysis is something that is very important. And how do we know something is a good source? By doing a very small activity. Yeah, of course, source can be of anything. We can do these three things. First, think about who is behind the information and what is the evidence and what are the other sources saying. For example, during the corona times again, there was this post by Amitabh Bachchan who said something about the coronavirus, that do this and it will be fine. So who is behind the information? Amitabh Bachchan. Is he an expert? No. Is there any evidence? We don't know. What are the other sources saying? Different things. So do not trust anybody who is not the true source, who is not expert. Think about these three questions and they should be good enough to go ahead. If you want to go deeper into this a little more, then look for a nice source. This is more detailed. So first think about, is it informed or authoritative? Is this coming from the place of authority? Is this person an expert? Is it named? The sources are named in the story. Similarly, is it independent? Are they making true claims? Is it coming from independent, or is there like some, interest of theirs behind this information? Similarly, is it backed up by evidence? Is it corroborated? And do we have enough evidence basically? So if you look at a nice source, this is an easy way to remember this. It will help you to understand it all better. It will help you to understand most information that comes to us using WhatsApp or Facebook. Most of these you can identify using a nice source technique. Okay, so here is an exercise for you. Can you spot the mistake on the screen right now? Anybody?
Double times the.
That's awesome. Great job, Abhinaya. That's excellent. So it's like Abhinaya has pointed it out, but otherwise if you see, it's not so easy to see this. Most of us get confused with the numbers. So the is really a mistake, and this is what exactly represents social media. And there are so many things happening at the same time that it's very difficult to identify what's true and what's not, and we sometimes just leave it. So great job there of identifying this. Let's begin the verification journey. I'm going to be a little quick, and I'm expecting that most of you have downloaded the extensions that you have that I suggested before we begin this workshop. If you have questions about it, you can ask me and we can deal with those too. Most commonly, basically when we do the fact checking, we have three kinds of things to handle. The first one is text, second is picture or photos, and the third is videos. So we'll do all these three one by one. We'll begin with text. A text can usually be something that is misattributed or something that is, manipulated or fabricated. So this is how text reach us, especially using WhatsApp or using any, or even oral. Let's say somebody says something to you and you want to fact check that can come across as text. So we'll go one by one and we'll look at all three of these. Text verification. Look at this. This is, here is, I'll increase it a bit. You might have seen this on WhatsApp sometime. Last year it came, it was circulated a lot. It says ICMR New Delhi, please read carefully, and then some very important points. And then it listed about 21 points about things to do, things not to do and do even after lockdown, including things like postpone travel abroad for 2 years, do not eat outside food for 1 year, do not go to unnecessary marriage or other ceremony. Like this, you might have received this message actually on WhatsApp, which had about 21 do's and don't, and on the top it said ICMR New Delhi. So ICMR is a big organization, Indian medical research, so we feel like it looks like true. But think about, is it really credible? How do you know it is from ICMR? And verify and corroborate, check it, verify it. You can verify in a very simple way by doing Google. I'll show you how to do that. And then whatever information you find, you can analyze with the evidence and you can share that with anybody. So like this, you can very simply verify. Step 1 to verify anything is to Google it. That's step 1. I'll come back to this. So when a lot of pressure was created on all these social media giants like Facebook and WhatsApp, that you must do something about fake news. So they have developed some tools. They have done little things like on WhatsApp, now you see a double forward sign. The meaning of which is that the information cannot be shared with more than one person after this. It also says forwarded, and then it says many times forwarded next to it. And if you see a normal forward sign, it means that it is a forwarded message. It's not written by the person who is sending that to you. So these things we know. And these small things WhatsApp has done, maybe in future they would do more things, like Google has also done a lot of small things that we will discuss just now. So this is one small example I wanted to show you. So I was talking about Google it. Google the information that you see, that you want to verify. Just simply Google it. So yeah. Most newses have been already fact checked. That is why if you Google it, you will find something that shows that it is fact checked. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So you can see my screen now. I'm just going to Google and verify if this is true. So you can see it here. That message was about ICMR guidelines about traveling abroad. So I'm typing, see there are so many information already here. So I'm typing ICMR guidelines on WhatsApp. So as soon as I typed it, you see that so many messages are coming here. And the first two itself are from Deccan Herald and the second is from Alt News, which let me open this and show you. It says that fake message attributed to ICMR list 21 do's and don'ts post lockdown. If you read this, it's exactly the same information that I was showing you before. How do I get it? I just do a simple Google search and I get this information. I get the fact check because most information that we get is already fact checked. In case it is not fact checked, then when you type this, you might you can also go to the ICMR website. You can read their guidelines. You can read their recent guidelines and then you can see if something like this is given from their side or not. So this also involves, I must say beforehand, it requires a lot of patience. One has to read a lot, go through lots of a lot of information and understand it, and also back it up by reading different things from different sources. So this is about fact check. It seems very easy, it might seem very nice, but it actually requires a lot of patience, time, and thinking about it critically. So here we are. Okay, friends, so I think it's very easy. The first step is very easy. Just Google the information that you get. Any information that you get online, if you Google it, you will get something about it. The second thing is there are many fact-checking websites. Like or I think SK was also mentioning in the chat before that you can look at blogs of fact checkers. Yeah, that's a great idea. You could do that. You could also look at fact-checking websites. There are many good fact-checking websites. I can share them with you. Like Alt News, you must have heard of Alt News, right? Similarly, you might have heard of Boom Live. That's a good fact-checking. You might have heard of AFP Fact Check, BBC Reality Check. I will share these with you so that you know these particular websites. Okay, so this is the first thing that you can do about text, that you can just simply do a Google search. The second thing you can do is you can type on, just go to Google, type Fact Check Explorer. Fact Check Explorer is a tool by Google, and if you go to that, it is a tool developed only to search about things that are fact-checked. So this links with the fact-checking websites, and it gives you information of anything that is fact-checked. So for example, right now there is a big farmers protest going in our country. And if you look for farmers protest, protest, you would see any fake news that has come up recently about farmers protest. You would see it here. So one day ago it says, I'll make it a little big. You can see there was a claim by social media that BJP Delhi has written a letter to its supporters to create ruckus on Jan 26 amid the farmers tractor rally. But the logical Indian rated it false. That means the logical Indian did a fact check and found that it was not true. Similarly, if you go down, you would see that video shows protesting farmers at Delhi borders rehearsing tractor rally for Jan 26 Republic Day parade. But it was fact checked and the rating was found to be false. It was also false. So like this, like there was a photo that circulated in social media, this photo that said that Coca-Cola India has released a campaign to share a Coke with Kisan Ekta to support farmers' protest. But this was also false. This image was also false. It was going viral 4 days ago, but it was found to be false. So similarly, you can go down and you can see many claims connected to the topic that I have written here. So similarly, you can also fact check about anything that is going on around your area. If something has been fact checked already, it will show up here. If it has not been fact checked, it will not show here. So that is also true. So only things that have been fact checked will show up here. This is, in one way, it is a limitation of this. In another way, it also easily helps us to depend on these sites, make sure that our information is true. So anything that you would like me to fact check, you can tell me about it and I can type it here and we can see if there is any fake news connected to that. So anybody? Okay. In 2019, I'm getting fake news connected to this. Electric car by Tesla, but I think this would be different from what you are saying. Let me look for electric car by Tata. Okay, UK. So Tata Motors has launched a new electric car named Evision with record-breaking features. So this was found to be false. This was not true. On 19 July, there was another claim about same E-Vision something, again a car, that was also found mostly to be false. Kamal Hassan is Illuminati. Okay. So you can also do this on your phones also, it's available. You can easily go to your phone and you can search this and you can easily, very easily, you can just copy paste anything here and that will give you a lot of information. So I recommend that you later on or whenever, now when I'm going to give you a task, at that time you can look at Fact Check Explorer, just go to Google, type Fact Check Explorer, find this, and this is a very easy way to find something. Okay guys, so this was about this. I'm going to leave this here because there are other things that I want to show you. The next thing I want to show you is photo verification. Sometimes you will see a photo on internet which will look like it looks like very true, very nice, but it's not really true. And we have seen many images like that, right? So here is one image for you to see. Look at this and tell me, what do you think? Is this a true image?
Yes.
Okay, I have not shown you an image yet. Okay, now you can see the image, it will come up. All right, so here is an image. What do you think about this? Is it true?
It is not true, man.
It's not true. What makes you think it is not true?
It is not possible, I think.
Okay. But she's already sitting, this cow is already sitting on the car. Why is it not possible? She has done it.
Think out the stability, madam.
In background, you can see a bit of snow and yeah, that could be a reason.
Yes, it looks.
There is no pressure in tire, ma'am.
Oh, there is no pressure in the tire after the cow sitting. Wow, great observation. Great. So yeah, you may get a picture like this. No cow footprint on snow. Wow. You guys are really critically looking at this. That's very nice. Excellent. So see, this is how a fact checker thinks. This is how we begin thinking. This is how we try to analyze something. First thing is our own critical thinking. Second is the tools that are available to us. So the tool that is available to us for this is the, again, you can go to Google and you can do a reverse image search. There are also, do a reverse image search. So how do you do? So yeah, so reverse image search I was talking about. So if you go to Google like this on computers, not on the, you will not see this on the phone. If you want to see this on the phone, then you will have to install, go to Chrome, click on the 3 dots on the corner and then choose desktop site. If you are doing this on the phone, click on the Chrome app. Do not go to just simply on the screen there is Google, don't go to that. Go to Chrome app. And after going to Chrome app, click on the 3 dots on the top corner and choose desktop version. Then you'll be able to see this. Basically what you have to do is on the top, see there is a Gmail option and there is an image option on the top right. On the top right, you see that Gmail and images option. Click on images. When you click on images, something is changed here. What has changed is, if you make it big, you will see next to the search button, there is a camera icon. This camera icon means search by image. This is available on Google already. This is different from the image result search that you do usually. That is like you go to Google and you want to look at photos, so you choose image. That is a different image. This image means that you are putting image. Your input is image. That is the meaning here. So you can get this by clicking on the image option like I showed you before, which is coming on the top right corner. Same thing will also appear on the phone if you do this correctly using the desktop version. Now I have got this option here. Click on this and it gives you the option of upload an image or paste image URL. So here is our image. I'm taking this image, I'm copying this image and I'm pasting this here and I'm clicking on search. When I do this, okay, it's not showing. Okay, it usually shows. Let me see why it's not showing. It usually does. Okay, I'm doing the same thing using a different source. Okay, if it should show usually. If it is not showing, then what you can do is you can upload the image. In the same option, there was option of upload an image. So you can choose the same image. You can save the image on your computer first, and then you can take that from your computer. So I have saved that image of cow on my computer and I'm uploading that file. And when I upload that, I get these results. So again, as I said, be patient, look at everything. And when you do this, you will find several things. One of which is fact check, did a cow really sit on the hood of this car? I'm clicking on this and I'm checking this out. Okay, so you can see that this is actually false. and they'll also show you original. Here is the original. So you can see that this is this exact same cow that has been taken from here and put over here. So this is what they have done. This is what has happened here. This is not original. And now we also have the source image. So we can prove with evidence that this is not real. So that is the thing about fact checking, that you have to prove with evidence. All right. So what did I do? I just went to Google. Once again, I went to Google, simple Google. I clicked on images on the top next to Gmail. After clicking on this images, I uploaded a picture using this icon of camera. Either you can upload an image or you can paste URL. And then when you do this, you will get a result like this. You will get a result like this. In this, you can read many of these and you will find some fact checking, which gives us this source image. This is what I did. Another thing that you can do is there is a tool called reverse image search, and that is installed in my computer already. You can click on search by image. That shows up here when I do a right click. It will not show generally in any computer. To get this, you have to install search by image extension. This was also explained in the document that I shared with you. So click on search by image extension, choose Yandex. Yandex is also something like Google. It's a powerful browser, a powerful a thing that can search with search for images very well. So as soon as I do this, you see that I can see the original image right here. I don't have to go anywhere. It shows me the original image right there. So this is the good thing about using Yandex. Okay, so I did two things. First, I did a reverse search using Google. I also did a search by image extension by doing right click. If you have this, you could do this also using Yandex. These are the things that I do. You can also do this. I'm going to give you work now. Activity time. So here is your exercise. I'm going to share a picture with you and you have to take me to the source image. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to show you what picture I'm sharing with you. And I'm going to share this using the, okay, you might have seen this. So this is the picture that I want you to corroborate. So I'll share the same picture with you in the chat. This is in the chat right now, the link. Yeah, I want you to find out the source image. Like I found the original cow, you find the original image, the original picture from using this picture. I've shared the link with you. You can do reverse image search. You can do search by image extension. You can use any other method that I talked about earlier, but please try to find this out. All of you with computers must do it. If you're on a phone also, you can do it using the desktop site option, which will give you reverse image option. So if you do a reverse image search, it takes you to the original image. That's the idea, basically. Okay, we'll take the question. Suresh sir, can you please do the activity? There is a link that I've shared. I can share it again. I want you to find the original image of this. All right, so SK sir has taken, his link has taken me here, as you see. Nice, very good job. I'm not going to show the other people the original image, and that's why I'm not scrolling down. I'm waiting for others to share their results also. Come on, please do it. When you do it, you will understand it better. If you're facing any difficulty, ask me, I'm right here. We can talk about it. Okay, so if you find it, you will find something like this. If you look through it, you will find something like this. You will also find the same image with Putin. You will find another version here. But what is the truth? The truth is it's from Getty Images, and it's actually from a G20 Leader Summit in Germany in 2017. So actually this is the original picture, the one with an empty chair. Now different people have put different people here on this chair, but this is actually an empty chair. This is what you will find if you do this. I'll give you another exercise in a while so that you can try that. The thing that I liked here is that it's very easy. You don't have to have these resources. You can just type on Google, Modi surrounded by world leaders, and that would also give you the same thing. So basically, you're not using any tool. There is no technology in this. You are just using our mind, our critical thinking, and we are getting to the solution. So this is what I was trying to say, that everybody can do it if we are thinking in that direction. You can frame your picture into a message, into a text. Just make it a text, just make it anything in written form, and you can put that into Google and it will give you the results. So that is the thing, friends. So great job, the people who are trying, and please ask me if you're facing any difficulty with the tools. So here is the image. If I just do a right click on this, if you have installed the extension, it will give you search by image, and you can click on Yandex and you would reach here, and you will see many other people have put different people here in these things. So you can read them and you can find out which one is true. It takes patience. The another thing about Yandex is, or with fact checkers, another thing is the language thing. Because when you click on these, when you go to any of these, they give you result in different languages. It could be Russian, it could be some other language, like here it's Russian, right? So it will give you different results. So another thing that we need sometimes is that we use these language tools, so that when you find anything like this, you can immediately translate that into English and you can understand what is the information here. So you have to read a lot, understand. It will take time to come to the original image, but you will reach there. You will reach there. This is how our fact-checking journey goes on. It has started, and I'm hoping that it will go well. Okay, great job. I have found another person. Ranks number 1. Okay. All right. Where is the image? Sorry, this is some other thing that you have reached. You have not really reached the image that what we were expecting, like the empty chair image. That is what I was expecting, the original image. Anyway, great job. So yeah, you're trying, and that is what is important. So awesome work, everybody who's trying. So quickly, we have very little time, so we'll quickly move on to video and understand how we can understand and verify videos. So for this, just give me a moment. I'll take you back to the PPT, and then we'll come back here. So give me a minute, and here we are. Here is the, yeah. All right, so, okay, what's wrong with this? Okay, this we have seen just now. Let's do video verification. So in video verification, the most important thing is our own critical thinking, our own understanding. That is the most important thing. Nothing else will help us other than our own skills. Yeah. Google search typing, the text is very easy in Android. All right. Okay. Okay. So this is what we are trying to understand now. In videos, basically we think that, okay, tools will make us do everything, tools will find us everything, but no, tools are not yet developed so much. In fact, all the video verification tools actually break down the video in images, and then they do a reverse image search on those images and trying to find out where is this from. So there are still not many tools which will help us to quickly understand that this video is fake. That is why we rely on critical thinking, on our own thinking even now, to understand video verification, to do it actually. So we look for visual clues, we look for audio clues, and we also support those claims with ground reporting. That is very much important in video verification even now. But still, what we can do online, what we can do minimum, is what we will learn now. So it's all about observing, and it's all about listening for clues, and no single clue is there, no rule is there, and many things you have to do at the same time. So look at all these will guide you to understand a video. So the first thing that you see here is building, landmarks, etc. They are important. Then any sign that you see, that's very important. Or sometimes there's a video and there are so many comments under it. The comments can also give us clue about the video. Somebody might say, oh, this is from a place that I know. Similarly, number plates of houses, of vehicles, these can also point to something. The clothing can also tell about a lot of things, the weather, the place, what kind of scenery it is. All these can help us. So whenever you're looking at any video, especially for fact checking, especially to find out if it is true or not, look for street layouts, look for statues and monuments, or even architecture. How is the architecture? What kind of architecture is that? So look for these. Also look for street signs and especially shop fronts. In the shop fronts, they give you in the particular language also. They give you particular information. That's very useful. License plates are also very useful. So look for all these things. Yeah. Focus on the details. Another thing about videos, especially if it is a fake video, you know, there are like deep fake videos and there are these videos where they are not really human being used. So look for the face. The eyes usually don't move in the, when you create humans artificially, the eyes don't move. The face might move, there might be expressions, but the eyes won't move. So look for these tiny things that you can pause sometimes and listen, pause and see. All these will help us. So yeah, let's do it to see. I'm going to show you a video now. And I will first ask you to help me to see if this is right. If this, what do you think about this video? So just give me a moment. I'm sharing a video. And I would like you to use your observation skills and verify it. So just a moment, it's coming up on the screen in a while. Okay, so now it will show. Okay, so you can see a video on my screen now. I'll play it from the beginning. It's a video of a landslide and below it says Goa Madgaon Highway landslide in India. This is what it says. I want you to verify this. I want you to see this and tell me if this is true. Look for details. Okay, can you see the video now? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, great. Thank you. So here now you can see it. It says Goa Madgaon Highway landslide in India. So see it now. See it now and tell me. Okay, what do you think about it? It's the same video that is playing in slow motion now. Okay, from somewhere else. What makes you say that? What makes you think it's from somewhere else? What signs are you getting? Are you getting any signs? Okay, one thing has just come to my mind, a little different from this video. I'll talk about this in a while. So people have pointed out things like the scooter is different. Anything else? What's the weather like? Is it hot, cold? What do you see in the video? Sunny. Okay, look at the people. Okay, it's cold. What makes you think it's cold? All right, SK sir has found this out already. All right, good. So you can see the scooter, you can see the scenery might be different. You can see a lot of things. Another thing that you can see here is that it says Maharashtra Majha, M-A-J-H-A. And in the corner here, it says, please subscribe. So there's some person who has put this here is saying Maharashtra Majha and please subscribe. Keep these things in mind. They're important. All these things that people do, how they share information is also important. Now, if you want to do a fact checking of this, I talked about a tool called InVid. InVid is a tool that helps us to identify, I'm copying the link here. InVid is a tool that helps us to break down a video and understand it. If you install InVid tool or InVid extension, if you install, here it is, just click on this and you can type InVid verification. It will come up like this and you can choose if you have Chrome or Firefox, choose your browser and according to that you can install it. This is how it is. So I already have it. After you install it, it shows up here in the right corner. Look at the top right corner of my browser. There is a camera kind of icon. Next to that, there's a small icon. That is the InVid plugin. If I click on this, it shows me a tool like this. So you can just open in InVid. So when you open InVid, something comes up like this. Now, if I want to verify a video, think of what kind of video is that. Is it a YouTube video or a normal video? If it is a normal video, go to keyframes. Go to keyframes. If it is a YouTube video and ours is a YouTube video, so I'm clicking on YouTube. Now, when you click on YouTube, here you can paste the URL. I have taken the URL from here and I'm copying it here in InVid. Let me see. Did I copy the right thing? Okay, here it is. And when you click on search, automatically what InVid does, it breaks down the video into images. So you can see it has broken it down and it automatically opens new, you can see new tabs have opened on my computer. It automatically does that and makes you look at that. And now when I'm looking down, I can see there are a couple of fact check things here. The first one, it says that this clip actually shows a landslide in Indonesia. Let me click this and see this. So here it is. Similarly, you can see on the others also, they are showing, and there's another one here, video of a landslide in Indonesia being falsely shared as Goa-Madgaon highway thing. So here it is again. So you can see I'm checking it from two sources and I can see the same video again. Somebody has shared this on May 20, saying Hatton Colombo Road at Diagala. Please be careful and safe. So there's a timestamp on this video. And this is what has been shared, right? But what we saw on here, this is what we saw was on this, you see the things like Maharashtra Majha and subscribe. This person is not concerned with anything else. He's just like, please subscribe. But when the original person shared the video, they were concerned about it. They're also writing, please take care and where this is happening. They're mentioning exactly the information. So these kind of things are important. One has to read thoroughly to understand what is happening here. So guys, this is how we can do this. This is the simplest way. Basically, you saw the InVid tool. It breaks down the video into images and then we can do a Google reverse image search. This is what we are doing exactly. Okay, I hope this helps and this is about it. But more important than this is that we have to be careful. We have to use our critical skills more than this. So as a last exercise, I know time is running up and you must be wanting to go back to your activities, just 5 minutes more. And I want you to do a tiny exercise now. There is no fact checking involved in this. Okay. I mean, of course we are doing fact checking, but without tools. I'm going to show you a video and I would like you to look at it carefully and tell me why is this video not really, what is wrong with this video? Tell me this. Use your observation skills. This is a very good video to use our observational skills. So here is the video. You can see it now. There is no voice to this. I can make it big. I can pause if you want. Just see this. There is a claim here which says small scale industry in Pakistan. This is how it is claimed. What do you think about it? So much money must be fake. Nice. Okay, look for clues. If you can see any clue that makes you think that it is fake. I can pause. So let's say I'm pausing here. These are Indian currencies. Yes, these are. So somebody is claiming small scale industry in Pakistan. Look below. It says small scale industry in Pakistan. So they probably want to, discredit Pakistan, let's say, saying that, they are selling they are printing Indian currency and spreading that in India, of course. So. Okay, I paused. If anybody can read Hindi, it's written in Hindi. It's not very clear though. Something is written in Hindi here. Value of note. Yeah. All notes are of same size. Okay. Good observation. If you can read Hindi, it's not very clear though, but something is written here. That can also give you some clue. Oh, that was a little clear. Reserve Bank of India text is found missing. Yes, it's not there. Is there anything that tells you that this is from Pakistan? Anything that is confirming it's from Pakistan? How do we know it's from Pakistan? It just says it's from Pakistan, but do we really know if it is from Pakistan? We don't really know. It's just somebody who's claiming that it is from Pakistan. Yeah, the place is to be confirmed. We are not sure about it. We can't say. Okay, so if you go deeply and look into the notes, and if you look at other things, it shows that it has the words Bharatiya Children Bank written on it. So these are the notes that kids play with. You might have bought these kind of notes yourself, or you might have bought them for others. So basically these are notes that are of course fake. These are made for children to play with, and that you can also see from the quality of notes, the size, the quality, all these things will tell you. It's also not a big shop or something. It's like a very normal place, a normal person is doing. He's not even counting anything. He's just like putting them in a bundle, right? So all these small observations will tell us that, yeah, they only print out 2000 note, okay? So, and he's also making these small denomination notes, right? So all these things can tell us a lot, and one has to really be careful and look into these critically, and do not believe in or don't fall for propaganda. Don't fall for, okay, small scale industry in Pakistan, so they are doing so much bad things for our country or anything like that. So always be critical, basically. Do not make your opinions before you understand or see something carefully. So this was all about this video. I'm going to pause it here. And yeah, so yeah, thank you so much for being here. And that's about it.